We're located adjacent to the open space, and it's just a really special place. You connect with people walking along the ditch, and you also get the advantage of firsthand seeing the coming and going of cranes.
We're just so fortunate that we have access to all of this wonderful wildlife and nature. My name is Karen Partlow.
And my name's Karen Perry.
Collectively known as the Karens, and this is Echo. And we're at 3533A Rio Grande Boulevard Northwest, Albuquerque, New Mexico. What brought us to New Mexico is we both had vacationed here independently and together, and just loved it. Felt like it was kind of pulling us this way. We took our 1969 Airstream trailer that we had completely remodeled, and we parked it up at Coronado Campground for 3 weeks one summer. Our goal was to find a place to build. And so every day we'd ride our bikes down from Bernalillo, keep coming a little further south on Rio Grande, because we just couldn't find anything that was in our price range up north of where we are. And then we were 3 days from when we had to go home. And we were riding along, and we saw this tiny little sign underneath the mailboxes at the end of the private drive that said, "Lot for sale by owner." And we almost had a crash when we saw it. We turned in, rode our bikes down, and found this lot right next to the acequia. And it was perfect.
When we came down, we met with the architect and actually a contractor, and the architect has this passion for, she's a permaculturalist besides being an architect. And we talked about what we were looking for in a home, and we're originally from Illinois, so we wanted to be able to open the house and have good airflow and take advantage of the cool evenings here. And Leslie was able to, basically accomplish that.
When we met with Leslie Burke, who of Calyx Studio, who's our architect, it was really Leslie that opened our eyes to what we could do. We just would have never thought about windows opening to the southwest, and she oriented on this long south-facing lot just perfectly. So our 3.2 kilowatt photovoltaic system behaves like a 5.4 kilowatt system, because she maximized the angle of the roof and then the orientation on the lot. Those are things that we knew nothing about. So being with her and working on this design for almost 2 years, we really became more educated about what was possible, and that got us more excited about the possibilities. So we actually had pretty low sights from a sustainability perspective to begin with, but then we got fully on board and wanted to go for Emerald, Build Green New Mexico Emerald classification. Typically, we would start at the entryway, and you notice in the entryway that there's actually, you could turn right or you could turn left. Right, you go into what we call the attached CASITA.
One special thing in the CASITA that I think every time you walk up there, it's almost like being in a tree house. There's a lot of windows, a lot of natural light, and it's just a really space that really, brings joy when you go up into it. When they were building the house, all the workers would always go over there and have their lunch there. And that was just like a special place for them, and it's really a special place for us too.
You'll see similar, furnishings as in here, but there's a living space, a small living space, actually a good-sized kitchen. Straight ahead is the laundry room, and that's considered to be a shared space between the CASITA occupant and us. And then this is what we call the main house over here, the left side as you're walking in. Coming into the dining room, I think What's noticeable in the downstairs is the stained concrete floors and the concrete countertops. They are huge heat sinks for this passive solar that we bring in. They work super well. So they keep the house warmer in the wintertime and actually cooler in the summertime because they get cool. And we also added a gas fireplace. This stove is very, very efficient, and you can moderate the height of the flames really well so it doesn't overpower us and make things too hot in the house, particularly at nighttime. And then off the kitchen, there's what we call the community outdoor space, where there is an outdoor kitchen. It has a grill that I use year-round, and also a 2-burner gas stove and a sink with hot and cold running water. And we use the burners, particularly in the summertime when we are wanting to keep the cooking heat outside and not bring heat inside. So there is a nice little patio off of the guest room that is right on the other side of the stairs. All of the bedrooms, you'll notice as you walk through, they all have private outdoor space. And that was part of Leslie's plan, is to give everybody private outdoor space. There's also community outdoor space, and then community indoor space and private indoor space. Going up the stairs on the CASITA side, there's a very good sized bedroom up there and bath with a nice glassed walk-in shower. And there's also a nice deck on the northeast side, which gives you a wonderful view of the Sandias. And it's also terrific for morning sun, and then in the afternoon it's shaded, so it's perfect when it gets warmer to hang out up there later in the day. Up the oak stairs, which we actually think is a really beautiful centerpiece, visual centerpiece for the house. We get up to the top, and that's where we have one of the 2 cooling towers. There's also one on the CASITA side, and as well as the whole house fans. You know, we think the cooling towers are pretty special. I think they were unique around here when we started. Actually, we've learned that other people have integrated them into their new homes since then, so we're excited about that. The upstairs of this side of the house, we kind of consider it to be sort of our private space, because we have, that's where we live, that's where our bedroom is. There's a bathroom up there, there's a big walk-in closet, and then there's also what's could be a 4th bedroom, but it's been used for my office. Then our mudroom flows into the bathroom, which is also attached to the guest room, so it makes a nice suite for guests that are staying here. And then we go out into the garage from the mudroom, and that is actually how we usually enter the house, since we usually drive the car in there. It is an oversized single garage, has wonderful storage, actually had a special place put upstairs from a fold-down ladder. And during COVID, we also made this a dual function, because we made it into a workout space, which is a little short, but so are we. And so taller people have to stand between the rafters, but it works pretty well for us. On the side of the house, we wanted to make sure there was space for our little camper. We have access to the water off the acequia for irrigation on our property. There's a little ditch that goes down the back of our yard, and it feeds not only our yard but also our neighbors down the way. So part of the rule is that, or unwritten rule is, you keep that available. We have to keep that mowed so that the water can flow freely. But that is a real special benefit that not everyone has in the North Valley. It's really hard to say just a couple of things that we love the most about living here, because there are so many. You know, we are about a mile from the Rio Grande State Park. There's a bosque bikeway that goes 18 miles north and south along the river. We're both cyclists, and that bosque bikeway attaches to lots of other roadways and trails that take you essentially all over town. It's just been fabulous for us. It's so easy to get outdoors and doing the sorts of things we want. Walking, running, cycling has been fabulous.
I do a lot of the gardening in our yard, so I'm outside working, and again, I hear the cranes coming in the fall, and it's something when you just hear them crying up in the sky, and you can't really see them because they're so far up in the sky. But then eventually you keep looking and you just spot them, and it's really special.
Yeah, it is. Another kind of concept that architect integrated into our lot was this notion of a food forest. That's a permaculture concept. And so we actually, when we did our plantings, we added plantings that would be considered food. So we have a nice apricot tree, we have a peach tree, we have 2 pear trees and a sweet cherry. We also have a pomegranate and a fig. And not to mention, we have gardens.
And it's been really special for me to learn the plant material here, native plants, and I've incorporated that into a lot of the landscaping, so low water usage is a feature of the gardens here. Other features, the landscape has all basins surrounding the house, and there's gutters on the house that collects water off the roof and feeds into those basins to help keep the water on the property for all the plant material in the landscape.
It's been an absolutely fabulous home for us. We have loved not only the house itself, but where it's located. We have wonderful neighbors right next to the acequia path. There's just so much we love about it, and we're not staying here forever, but we feel pleased and proud to be able to hand it over to the next family, because we think it's just a wonderful place to live, and it will continue to perform very well for the decades ahead. New Mexico, we've found it to be very friendly, and we love the diversity of New Mexico. It's part of why we chose to live here in the North Valley, because there is lots of history here, lots of diversity, and a lot of nature. And it's just been wonderful. We will miss it. We will miss it.
We're Ashley Schaefer and Avery Johnson with the Schaefer Group, and we're thrilled we got to show you this beautiful North Valley home.
And just like our sellers here are passionate about sustainability, at the Schaefer Group, we are passionate about helping our clients achieve their goals through real estate.
Give us a call, text message us, direct message us, and we'll get you your own private showing in this home.
We'll see you on the next one.
Look at this awesome trailer.
Man, that thing is awesome. Let's go check it out.
So cool, let's go.
Okay.